Hi, this is Demont and you are watching Salesforce Introduction. Salesforce Introduction to Personal Settings. So, if you want to learn Salesforce, you just have to follow our tutorials part by part and you will be able to learn Salesforce. So, to learn Salesforce, you first have to acquire one Salesforce Developer Edition, which will help you to perform different development activity. It's provided by Salesforce, is completely free. You will be provided 20 MB file storage and 5 MB data storage. So to acquire this developer edition of Salesforce, you just have to log into developerforce.com, and in this site you will have the option to sign up, where you provide all the details, your email address, your role as developer, administrator, IT management, or whatever. So you can choose first developer, then company, your country, your postal code, and your username. For example, developer@codemania.com, and you choose the agreement, master subscription agreement, and click on sign me up. So they will validate the sign up data, checking duplicates, if any duplicate username available or not, and you will be redirected to the success page. Once the information is completely validated, you will receive one confirmation mail to your inbox. So you will receive this email to your inbox, and you just have to click on this link to set the password and security token. So this is the password you set, and password, confirmation pattern, and security question. And once everything is done, you just click on change password button. So your org is set. Now you can see that this is the Salesforce tab menu, where you can find different tabs. So these tabs are the shortcut to access object details. So if you click on this tab, you can find this object details here, where you can see different view to access data in a filter way of with certain criteria. And this is the new button to create record for this object. This is the app menu, where you can access different applications. So this object is nothing but the tabular representation of Salesforce table, Salesforce tabular representation of tables created in Salesforce database. And this is the application. Application is the different business flow for different object. So one applications contains multiple objects, where with different business flow assigned to it. So for example, you can create account, after that you can create contact, and contact can have assigned one account. Then you can create lead and assign and convert it to account. Opportunities, you can create opportunity and assign account. So this kind of applications you can access. So for example, for sales applications, different objects are assigned to it. If we going to marketing application, we will find different marketing objects like campaign, leads, contact, opportunities, report, dashboard. If we go to call center, then we will find different support objects like case solution. So it's the different business flow for different applications. So if you going to sales, we will find different sales related objects for account, contact, like that. You can find which current current org is being used, which edition is being used for this current org. And this is the setup menu, this is the setup menu, and this is your personal information menu. So I'm going to change the view of this user. So how we are going to do it, because I'm quite familiar with previous view. So you just drop down this user, you can drop down this customize from this setup, and you can click on the user interface and change this improved user interface. So I will have a very clear and suitable interface for me. Now from this app menu, you can navigate to different app. So if I go to this Salesforce charter, you will find different object which is related to this Salesforce charter. Now if I go to setup, so now setup is moved to here. I can see different apps setup, personal setup, administration setup. So this different setup is related to different category. So personal setup is the different personal information you can view. You can change your password, you can reset security token. For app menu, different application setup, like you can navigate to different objects details from here. For create, you can go to app to create new app, you can go to object to create new object, tabs, report type, all these. Here for developer, you can create Apex class, you can create Visual Force page from here. For deploy, you can go to the deployment settings, deployment status, and all these. For static resource, you can upload static resource from here. So these are different menu. Now these are external menu from which you can navigate to schema builder to see the different relationship between objects. So everything will be discussed in next videos. You can easily find out. For administrative setup, you can find out what are the different administrative tasks, like to user management, app management, and company profile, security controls for different security settings like OWD, all these. So I will explain what are the different applications, different functionality have for each and every options. Now from here you can go to all tabs. So it would be like these are default on tabs where you can easily access default on based on the profile settings, and these are different off tab. So default off tab, so if profile settings have default off, then you will be able to see what are the objects. So you can see number of objects tab here. So from here you can navigate to different objects tab. Now you can search from here for a particular account name. For example, I want to go to a particular account by searching with its name. So if I go to this, copy this account and search here, I will be able to see the result of the search. So after that we can navigate. So Salesforce is providing very good searching functionality, very easily and very robust. Okay, so this is the home page layout where you can see different home page components. So here this is the chatter post, from where you can easily post your chatter update, chatter feed. This is the calendar. If you have any meeting scheduled, you can see here. You can use Salesforce calendar to associate different event or task. Based on that you will be given notification, and any task assigned to you will be able to see. This is the approved item where you will be able to see different items for approval which is pending with you. So if you are the manager, different record you need to approve, you will be able to show here. Okay, now these are different recommendation that you want to follow based on the charter that recently you have viewed, so it will provide on recommendation. Now this is the recycle bin. Any record you delete, it will be stored here. It will be stored for 45 days and after that it will be deleted. This is my recycle bin and this is all recycle bin. So any user deleting, you can, if you have the permission to delete all the records, you can delete it from here, or also undelete. Okay, so this is the help from where you can access different training materials, help documents. Okay, now if you go to this tab, all tabs, you can customize your tab. So what are the tabs you will be able to see in this tab menu? You can customize from here. Okay, so you can have the setup menu from here, and from here you will have the my personal information. So if you go to the personal information, you will have all the details of your profile, name and everything. So your profile is system administrator, user license is Salesforce. Now you can provide all your information here, and you can install the app registration one-time password generator, which will help you to authenticate more secure way. Now you can set your administrator as marketing user, which will help to create the campaign, or you can set the offline user to use Salesforce Classic. You can use knowledge user to access knowledge portal. You can use service cloud user to access service cloud console, and site.com publisher to access site.com. Different checkboxes for a particular user information. So same information will available for any user creation also. Now you can change your password, you can reset your security token. So security token is used to access your salesforce.com organization or salesforce.com data from outside salesforce.com for using API request. So for this you will be required one token which will be sent to your email address, and you can associate this with your password while connecting to salesforce.com. So something like connecting from Outlook, connect offline, Lotus Note and data loader also. So for example, if this one is enabled for your organization, you need to associate this security token with your data loader. For example, if I reset this security token, it will be sent to my email address, and this security token will have to be associated with the data loader and the password. So after that we have this my group, where we can create one personal group and share the records with the user based on the security settings set in organization wide default. Then we have the change my display option, where we can customize my tab, these tabs from tab. What are the tabs will be shown in this tab panel, and we can also customize the dashboard settings from here. So if we click on the my customize page, it will be redirected me to the dashboard settings. No dashboard is enabled, so I need to create the dashboard to access. Now grant access, login access. These options enables you if you have number of users for this organization and you want to provide grant login access for that user to your organization system administrator. In that case, you can enable it for up to 1 year. Also, if you are raising any case to Salesforce and you want to enable this grant login access to access your organization technical changes or any components, you can enable it from here, so that Salesforce support will be able to access your organization. Now there is, if I enable this access, it will be showing like this. From my users, if I go to users, I'll be able to see one login button. So if there are multiple users, it will be shown into this login button, so that we can click on this login button and we can log in. Now there is another calendar settings. In this settings, we can share the calendar, Salesforce calendar, with a public group of users with specific access. So we can provide full access where user will be able to add events, create events, and also modify events. But here we can provide the access to show details and add events only. So this kind of functionality we can provide a particular user. So it would be like grant wider access to data. Okay, so this kind of functionality we can provide. Then activity reminder. So this is also one settings for your personal. So you can define your activity reminder as per this settings. Okay, so by default it will be set to 8 items. So if you are creating any activity for any record, you can these are the settings will define the default settings. Okay, so these are the functionality for personal information settings. Now if you go to the company information, from here company profile, we will be able to see what is the organization details. So if you are creating any users, it will have this company information available for that user. So for example, these users belong to this company, and it will have default local, default time zone, what are the use data for this whole organization, whole Salesforce org, what are the API request has been occurred in last. So there are some number of limits, and also you can obtain your organization ID from here. And what is the organization edition? It's developer edition, it is defined here. So you can view what is the organization type from here. Now what are the user license has been used here, and what is the total license available for this organization. So that this user license means the profile type, different profile type is there. If I go to this profile from here, so I able to see this is the user license type. So for system admin, these are the Salesforce type, and for platform user, this is Salesforce platform. Usually Salesforce platform is used for end user. So these are the different type of user license has been used, and these are the available license. And what are the permission set license, total license, and used license, and what are the feature license. So different type of license are there. So we'll explain what are the different functionality can be done using this license in our next videos. Now this is for company information. Okay, now going with another option in my personal setup is the email. So my email settings, how we define our email settings. So from here we can define what would be the email name, what would be the email address, and what would be the in BCC, and also the email signature. So these are the different default settings we can define in my email settings. In my email template, we can define in this undefined my personal email folder, we can create number of email templates based to used in different email service activity. Now stay in touch settings. Stay in touch settings is the email settings defines the email template which will be used to send one reminder or one follow-up to a particular contact to verify whether the contact information is correct or not. If anything is changed, then the contact will be reply back based on this email is sent. So if you want to see, you can go to contact and you can open any contact, and there is one button, request update. So if you click on this button, you will be able to see whatever the settings here is defined will be defined here. So subject is stay in touch, and all these details, this is the contact name, so it is populated from here, and this is the details, so that it's asking this user this contact that these are the informations we have in our contact details. If this is correct, then is it up to date or not. Okay, so you put the signature here and you can send, so that it will be sent to this contact's email address. Now mass emails functionality, you can check how many emails has been scheduled and how many emails has been sent. Maybe to multiple users at a time. So this kind of mass email functionality or activity can be monitored from here. In our next videos, we'll explain how these tabs functionality, what are the functionality of these different tabs, what is this application menu, how we can access Salesforce help for different purpose, how this all tab functionality works. Thank you. View our next video for more knowledge or more tutorials. Thanks.